It's Reconciliation Week. Let's look at some books. Hello, my name's Mel and you're watching Growing Together. So, like I said in the little intro bit, it is Reconciliation Week, and given the situation in the States at the moment, I thought that it was worthwhile having a look at some books that will help us to think about Australian Aboriginal culture and people and how we can educate ourselves. So, let's do that. So first of all, I have a couple of picture books that are aimed at younger children. The first one of these is How the Tasmanian Tiger Got Its Stripes, and this is a Tasmanian Aboriginal Dreamtime story. It is worth mentioning that there are people who are Indigenous to various different parts of Australia, so I think it's worthwhile having stories that not only are Aboriginal in origin, but that talk about the origin stories in the place in which you live. So that is why I chose this one, because it talks about Tasmania, which is where I live at the moment. So I think that's a great starting place. Next up is a book called Coming Home to Country by Bronwyn Bancroft. I think that first of all, the illustrations in this book are such beautiful works of art, really bright and colourful and engaging and interesting. So I always love a great picture book with some beautiful artwork to look at. This is a book about an Aboriginal person coming back to country and finding their roots in the place where their ancestors came from, and finding their roots within the land and starting to understand why the land is important to Aboriginal people and how they are connected to the land. I think that it's a really interesting story from the point of view of a white person who is attempting to learn more about Australian Aboriginal culture and heritage. I think this is a really important one for that regard, but it's also really important in understanding how Aboriginal children still have that connection to the land and to their people. So I think that's a really important book for that reason as well. The next book I want to show you is Willan, a Birrarung story. So this one is actually a story about a river and all of the different animals and birds that live along the river and their different stories of how they came to be. It is another Aboriginal traditional story, and it's, like I said, a picture book. I think the illustrations in this book are just gorgeous, beautiful artwork, very engaging and interesting, and the story itself is beautifully written and beautifully worded. It's very simplistic but very engaging and enticing. So I definitely recommend that one. And then I have Welcome to Country, which is written by Auntie Joy Murphy and Lisa Kennedy. And this is a book that tells traditional Dreamtime stories. So our ancestors left their mark on the land for us to follow in their footsteps. We have a presence on this earth through the spirits of our ancestors. And I just think the illustrations are absolutely beautiful and really invoke that sense of place within the story itself, which is just amazing. So definitely recommend that one as well. And finally, I have a middle grade collection of short stories, which is called Meet Me at the Intersection, edited by Rebecca Lim and Amberlynn Quay Molina. And this is actually a variety of different authors, so it's not just Australian Aboriginal authors, and it's a own voice memoir, poetry and short fiction by writers who are First Nations, people of colour, LGBTQA+, or living with disability, exploring life from each author's unique perspective. So I think that sounds really interesting, and I definitely recommend that as well. I haven't read it yet, but I'm definitely looking forward to reading that one as well. So that's it from me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you found these recommendations helpful. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time.